to get Mr. Vegesna to speak about some of these. So maybe I'll start with the first question. Raju, many organizations are excited about AI, right? But very few have achieved real impact. As I said, that the bold execution is very much a dream even now. From your experience, where does the AI journey begin and what is stopping the bold execution?
Hello everyone, thank you for this opportunity. So, the way I look at AI is nothing a new technology or anything. It's more of an evolution. See, the way we went to internet, the way we went to social media, I consider this thing AI is a next productive of a mankind evolution. Right? Giving, for example, a motorcycle to a guy riding a bicycle. How are you going to use the motorcycle to go place A to B? That's what AI does. It's very simple. So, when respecting to the AI, to be honest, the AI is still in a very nascent stage. And fundamentally, the people are thinking, how do we start with AI? It's not the AI models, AI applications. First, we need to think about what is the fundamental digital foundation required to run the AI. Like giving a motorcycle with no roads, there's no point giving a motorcycle to guy with no roads. So first we have to build a good foundation. I look at it having a good network, good data centers, good cloud platform, good security processes. All those things are very important before you invest in AI. That's the way we look at it. AI fundamentals are very important. In fact, I met one of the big leading bank in Mumbai, and he mentioned that they have a great AI, brilliant AI plan roadmap. Sir, but my network is a bottleneck. My network is not keeping up. I agree with that. So let's please look at investing on the basic fundamentals, having good network. The whole project is stalled because he's not invested in the network. He has to invest high quality network, high quality bandwidth, and it has to be resilient. Otherwise, what happens is you are investing in a engine and with a flat tires. So you have to invest in the network, you have to invest in the data centers, you have to invest in the cloud, you have to invest in the security. The basic 80% of the problems, if you can fix these fundamentals, running AI on top of this is very smooth, right? What is we are adding into AI compared to the automation? AI is adding an intelligent layer on top of an automation. That is where I look at it. It's very simple technology and easy to understand how we humans evolve. That is where I look. It's not it's not a revolution. It's more of evolution technology.
Thank you. Thank you. See, the other trend we've seen is that the industries are converging, right? And the industries are converging because of what AI is making possible. And I'll give you two examples. One is, my favorite example, which is if you look at the food industry, the beauty industry, the wellness industry, and the medicine industry, they're slowly converging. So you go to a pharmacy now, you see more nutrition products than medicines, right? And people are slowly focusing towards the outcome, which is around sleep, around recovery, around energy, around confidence. Similarly, if you look at the auto industry, the kind of data which the auto manufacturers are getting from your driving behavior, the auto industry is slowly getting into other opportunities of getting into health, wellness, early onset of disease prediction. just because of the data which they have, which they earlier were not focused on. Not to mention more common use cases around insurance, and, driving behavior and all that. Now, as these industries are converging, and you talked about the digital foundation which you need, how do you see the digital foundations and the ecosystems working with each other? Because we still see these silos operating, and which is why some of these use cases do not become broad-based, right? So, what's your thought around these industry convergence?
Yeah, that's a very good point, especially for AI. The way I look at it, it's like a 5 layers. Being required for the AI, we need to have, if you look at it for AI training, you need a high bandwidth network. When you want to run inferencing, you need a low latency network. How do we build a network to accommodate these AI workloads, whether it's training or inferencing? See, that's the reason I'm saying the current telecom networks, which are designed for a voice or maybe a little bit extended for the data movement, is not suitable for AI workloads. So we are creating a network with capable of delivering high bandwidth and low latency and self-healing. Why is the self-healing is important? When you're running the AI workloads, when network fails, there is going to be a big impact on the AI workloads. You have to start again the whole training or inferencing. Similarly, when we are talking about the data centers, we need to have scalable and AI-ready data centers. When you're running the AI workloads, you need to have a lot of computing power. You need to take a lot of, when you're running a training, if you look at it, all the companies in US, where is their investments going on the infrastructure? Spending money on the GPUs. And how do we can accommodate this kind of scalable data centers? Third one is agnostic, a cloud AI platform. Cloud agnostic, any cloud. There is no one cloud suitable for any other things, depending on the workloads. And it should be, cloud agnostic AI platform. And the third one is a borderless security. The way we are using AI to advance technologies, and there is a bad guys are using AI to crack your layers. So in every layers of the technology, security is going to play a big role. On top of that, all the managed services, how we are talking, either being a network managed services, or a cloud and managed services, or security services, or application managed services, or should be run autonomously. We cannot use this L1, L2, L3. We have to build agents. How we can build these agents to run these things, to keep up. Yeah. Once we have this basic fundamental digital infrastructure, I think then only the organization is ready to run AI workloads. That is the way I look at it. How we can really see the benefit of AI.
No, thank you. That's very interesting. Now, let me shift gears and get into something which is more closer to heart, India. Now, when we think of AI, and I think one of the critical parts of we look at AI advancements is what does it do for the bottom of the pyramid for our country, right? It's very easy to say that okay, with let's look at financial services as an industry. Can we make the banking system more efficient using AI? Yes, we can. But does it make a small entrepreneur have better access to microcredit? Is the banking system improving so that the Kalka Bharat gets more of the fruits of that labor? Is still a question mark, right? And if you look at it, I think it's a time for us to keep track of those trees amidst the forest that we look at, because India is a yeah, we will become the third largest economy very shortly, But what's the point of that? Is there's so much which is still not being able to access, clean water, access to credit, access to capital, all of those things. So one of the things I want to ask you is that, of course, you tend to be spending about a third of your time now in India. Why are you spending so much time in India from your personal perspective? But more importantly, how you see AI being one of the biggest growth drivers for India compared to the rest of the world? And what do you think is the biggest risk for India in the AI space? So these are the three things. Firstly, why are you spending so much time in India? B, what is the biggest gain for India which is possible using AI, and the biggest threat?
See, India as a growth story, right? Still we are 4 trillion and long way to catch up. We may be reaching third position, but that is not the thing. How do we really get a third position very close to China, US? That means the growth potential for India is huge. If you look at it, when I look at the AI, where is why AI is taking, you look at all the announcements coming from US and China, LLMs, all these language models. Our fundamental issue is our research. We are lacking in the research. That's one of the reasons why we are lagging developing LLMs. I think which we will overcome all the time. But other aspects of the AI is the use cases. Look at Aadhaar, look at our NPCI, UPI, look at DG Yatra. That kind of use cases, maybe there is only China. Nobody can give that kind of use cases for